Hey everybody, it's P-Dubs. Thanks as always for hanging out upstairs with us and for checking out the channel. And first off, just wanted to say thanks to my buddy 19K Fox. I'll have a link to his channel below for recommending this real glass mod for the Arcade1Up Pinball Machines. Also, I couldn't help myself, my friend. I had to use your thumbnail. I thought it looked hilarious. Anyway, but I digress. I went ahead and I ordered this myself off of eBay. I'll have a link for this in the video description below as well. This obviously is a little bit costly because it is glass, and also you have to pay for delivery about 25 bucks, including taxes and everything. This cost me about 100 bucks for this piece of glass, but we're going to show you what it's all about. But we're also going to change out the speaker grill covers as well at the end of the video, so make sure you watch through to the end. Your biggest worry when ordering a piece of glass online is it going to break, man? Is it going to shatter along the way? But guess what? This thing was packaged really, really well. Great cardboard packing materials surrounding the glass, no concerns whatsoever. Absolutely love the black kind of rubber coating near the edges on this particular piece of glass, which is great when you're mounting it inside the pinball machine. That way you could just grip it there and not get any fingerprints or smudges on the glass. But you definitely are going to want to clean it before you install it. Here she is, the Arcade1Up Pinball Machine that I have tucked in the corner of my office. And I have a little light here right up against the glass so you guys can kind of see here. This is the bezel that comes with the stock unit. You can see all the little scratches and dings in it because it's just, you know, it's better acrylic than what they use on their arcade machines, but it's definitely not great. And it does get beat up over time. And of course, it adds some weird glare effect when looking through the games, looking through it and playing the games. That's been covered in many review videos for this product. Installing this thing, as well as those speaker grills that I'll show you at the end of the video, couldn't be simpler. Just bust out your Phillips head screwdriver and remove these 6 screws that are on the lock bar, as well as the side rails of the pinball machine. Once you get those removed, there's 3 on each side, you'll be able to remove that lock bar, as well as easily remove your side rails. And once those are removed, you could go ahead and get this little front board, just pull that right on out, and of course you might want to clean that off before you put it back in. And you'll notice right there is the original plexi. What's really nice about it is it's just going to lift right out of the pinball machine. No fuss, no muss, no coconuts. Couldn't be simpler. I'm actually going to hang on to this as just a spare because you never know what might happen. God forbid this glass breaks, or maybe I could use this plexi for a modding project. You never know. So don't throw it out if you have intentions on possibly using it again in the future. After that new piece of glass is cleaned off and dried, because it does accumulate dust and dirt during shipping, so definitely clean it before you get in there. All you gotta do is drop it in, try and hold it by the black edges, that way you don't get any fingerprints up under the glass, etc. And obviously the glass is a lot heavier than the acrylic. Once you get your glass mounted in there, it's just gonna sit in there, it's not gonna slide, it's not gonna fall. Now you can go ahead and grab that that little front board and go ahead and get that mounted back into the front of the pinball machine with the little open area facing closest towards the pinball player. And now you simply get your side rails screwed back in to the cabinet first. Screw in both side rails on each side with all three with the top 2 screws closest to the back box and the middle. Don't screw in the bottom screw next to the flippers. You're going to use that for the lock bar because they all use the same hole. Once you have both side rails mounted correctly with 4 screws, you're going to use your last 2 remaining screws. Get your lock bar back on the bottom of the pinball machine. Make sure it's pushed down nice and tight so it holds everything in place. And go ahead and get your final 2 screws screwed into the slots and everything is back the way it was. One thing I've been meaning to do for a while is change out the speaker grill covers on here because they are black, which is okay, kind of hides it next to the DMD. However, there's so much chrome on this thing, what's wrong with a little bit more? So we're going to put on some chrome speaker grill covers that I picked up, I believe, off of Etsy. I'll have a link below for these. Again, just as simple as installing the glass. Use your screwdriver, remove the screws, and go ahead and remove the speaker grill cover that is in place. And then you can go ahead and screw in the new one, and as you can see, here's kind of a side-by-side comparison so you can see the difference between a black grill plate cover as well as the chrome one, and I think the chrome one pops a little bit more. Now, one thing they do include when you order these is an additional wire mesh for the speaker. So as you can see right here on the left and right side, we have the new speaker grill cover in place, but on the left-hand side, we have that additional wire mesh for the speaker. On the right, we don't. I would recommend using it. You don't have to, I guess, if you don't want to, if you like the way that looks. But then again, with this on here, it does give it a little bit of a darker appearance. The darker the speaker mesh part is, obviously, the more it's going to make that chrome pop versus not doing it. And for this, you literally just lay it on top of the existing mesh and screw everything on the mesh as well as the new cover. And of course, as you can see, the glass looks fantastic. Just gotta dust off that thing that fell there. And boom, you're done. And if you ask me, I think it looks pretty good. I've noticed myself that without the Arcade1Up Plexi, which has some kind of weird thing to it, like when you stare at it, it adds like these little wavy lines, like when you're trying to look through that Plexi towards the, the pinball monitor. Well, now that's gone. Everything is crystal clear with this glass mod. And of course, the speakers pop and look great as well. Quick, easy, painless, kind of expensive, but it looks cool in my opinion. I think these mods were well worth it and all that kinds of stuff. Let me know your honest feedback and reactions below. Leave me those comments. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.